This is the 2025 Buick Encore GX Preferred. Is it a hidden subcompact gem? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Morgan Buick GMC in Shreveport, Louisiana. We're going to go over the particulars on this Encore GX. If you want to know more, check out the link in the description of the video. The exterior color on this model is Moonstone Gray Metallic. And here on the front end, we're going to find the winged LED daytime running lights. Also have the turn signal indicators that work in conjunction with those daytime running lights turned on, as you can see right there. And we'll also have LED headlights. And for 2024, we had the new Tri-Shield Buick logo. Now, that's obviously not a new thing, but it might be the first time you've seen that. And it's a little hard to see, but everything comes to a crescendo here right in the center. The way everything is kind of almost at a pointed angle right there. Maybe a little bit easier to see here, but with the water on the vehicle, because we just had some rain, well, might be a little hard to see, but a nice overall look, a combination of gloss black with the grille. The surround is going to be chrome. This particular model is front-wheel drive. All-wheel drive is available. And you'll find the manually folding side view mirrors. They do fold both ways. I show that because sometimes people ask how to fold the manually folding side view mirrors. That's right. They actually are driving on the road with you too. Yes, it's okay to laugh at that. Heated power adjustable side view mirrors, and as you can see right there, blind spot monitoring is built in. Let's take a look at what we have here with our remote. Everything you expect to see there. This is going to be your lock button, unlock. You can open and close your tailgate, and we also have the button right there for remote start. And we'll find passive entry on the front doors. That's what this button is here. And we'll also find it on the rear doors. That means you can lock and unlock all four doors from the front or the rear doors. Very helpful feature. Rear window spoiler, or rear roof spoiler, I should say right here, that not only looks nice, but that channels air over this rear window as you're driving down the road. That helps to keep that clean, but obviously when you need to, you can aid the issues of having a dirty back window or when it's raining by using your rear window wiper. Again, that Tri-Shield logo and the Buick logo. The Encore GX logo is also back here. A clean look here on the rear as we don't have the exposed exhaust outlets. I think that actually works here. It looks nice. And we'll see a similar look, just a little larger, with these rear taillights that are going to look somewhat like what we see on the front end with the daytime running lights, just not quite as narrow. Under the hood is the 1.2-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. It makes 137 horsepower and 162 pounds-feet of torque. Try it before you knock it. I know this isn't for everybody, but for people who are in the market for something like this, you might be surprised at how peppy this little engine actually is. It is made into a CVT. This is front-wheel drive. You do have an optional 1.3-liter engine that will give you a 9-speed automatic transmission if that's something you so desire. And how about the MPGs? 30 city, 31 highway, 30 combined, 3.3 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And if you're curious to know, when you fill up your gas tank, it can hold up to 13.2 gallons. And if your Encore GX is equipped with a power tailgate, as this model is, what do you do when you hit the button right there to open the tailgate, or you do anything else and it doesn't open? Now, if the battery does die, you can still open it manually, in case you're wondering. But if that power function is not working, here is what is most likely going to be the problem. You've got the knob right here that you can turn, this dial. It has 3 different settings. It has max, it has 3/4, and it has off. I intentionally set that to off. Now I'm going to set it to max, and here is what's going to happen. We'll go back here to the back one more time. I'll hit the button twice, and look at that. It opens right up. Cargo capacity comes in at 23.5 with the rear seats in their upright position, or when you fold them down as I have them right now, and obviously remove the cargo cover right here, you'll have 50.2 cubic feet of cargo space. And underneath the floor, you will find a spare tire, something that I know a lot of you are interested in having as opposed to a tire repair kit, but that's not going to be a big surprise that that would be the case here. And let's see if I can do this one-handed. The answer to that question was no, but you can see what I've done here. You have two different places where you can position the floor. You can either put it down here or you can have it up here in its regular position, but it's nice to know that you have this way to increase the height. Maybe not by a lot, but if you need just a little bit of extra space, there you go. That's going to help you out. Now we'll talk about what your rear seat passengers are going to find. Quite a bit of room with the armrest. I think we could do without the angle right here. It'd be nice if that was straight, but it's not such a steep angle that I think it's a big deal, but it'd be nice to just have it be flat with the rest of the armrest or line up with that, but that's the way it is. Maybe not a big deal, just something that I notice. Bottle holders here that could also be used as a door bin. Now, another common question I receive on these vehicles is, do these rear seats recline? No, they don't. Now, you do have the headrest that can be raised or lowered. I have one in the lowest position, one in the highest position here. And we'll hop on inside and take a look at something. If you're a fan of, or maybe your rear seat passengers are a fan of rear seat pockets, here's an advantage. The Honda CR-V that this model competes with does not have a rear seat pocket on the driver's side, only over here on the passenger side. Now, we won't find any air conditioning vents back here. That's not a big deal because you have a small interior. The air from the front won't take long to get here to the rear. But I think something that maybe is a little more important to your rear seat passengers will be connectivity options. As we can see, we have some USB options right there. This particular model does not come with a sunroof, but sunroof is an available option. And when the driver wants to drop the hammer on 137 horsepower, there's the oh crap handle. So what can you expect to pay if this is something you want to buy? At Mike Morgan Buick GMC, $28,100, which actually comes in at about $1,000 or so less than the Honda HR-V that I did in a previous video that, in my opinion, doesn't look quite as modern, at least with your instrument cluster and your infotainment screen right there. Let's see what else you get for the price. I showed you a little bit of what's going on here with the driver's side door earlier, but right here you control your side view mirrors and their positioning right here. Left, right, you can turn that off. You can lock and unlock the windows, open the windows, close the windows, all of that. And you will definitely have a much larger door bin here on the front doors than you will on the rear. So that's nice to know. Now, both the driver and the passenger seats are manually adjustable here. So if you're curious about that, there is the answer to that question. And plenty of room within the glove box. Now, here's what we have. With our virtual cockpit, that's what this display is known as. That's what Buick calls it, at least. So we have 8 inches of the driver's display right here. Very simple, but very modern at the same time. I apologize for the glare. It's just kind of the way it is today. But you're going to have a total of 11 inches over here with your infotainment screen. And it's a very simplistic setup. There's not a lot going on here, but you still have some great technology. As you can see, you have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay right there. You can wirelessly pair your smartphone, try and get rid of the glare, just a little bit of my own glare on the screen. Everything is done wirelessly, so that's nice to know. And then we go in here with some of our features and functionality as far as different settings and different things that are here. Under vehicle, we'll find quite a bit going on here. We have teen driver, rear seat reminder, and something that I know a lot of you like to know about, your safety features. Automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian braking. You have your lane change alert that you can turn on and off, and you can do the same with your rear cross traffic alert. We'll go back out of that and see what else we have here for those who want to know your comfort and convenience. Lighting. No, there isn't any fancy ambient lighting here, but there are Buicks that do offer that, such as the 2025 Enclave, but I guarantee you, you're not going to pay under $30,000 for that. So depending on what you want, well, you spend money accordingly. But this is such a simple system to learn and use that you really don't need me to tell you much about it. It will have a backup camera. You're not going to find a vehicle these days, a brand new vehicle, that does not have a backup camera. But that's the only view we have. It's there. So that's a good thing. Now, you will find single zone climate control, but keep in mind price point. And basically that's about it. You have all your settings here as far as direction of airflow and all that good stuff. A couple more USB options right here and a 12-volt power outlet. This particular model does not come with a wireless charging pad, but that is an available option on higher trim levels. You can turn traction control on and off. You can turn it off if you want to attempt a front-wheel drive burnout and impress your friends with a 137 horsepower burnout. Put that on video if you do. That would be fun to watch. And there's your lane keeping assist to turn that on and off. And your shifter. For those who don't like push button shifters, well, good news, you don't have one. So just a conventional style shifter. The L right there means that you stay in low gear and you're still going to have 100% of your horsepower and torque for low traction situations. There's your cup holders. Does have some gloss black surround in this area or piano black finish. I don't think that's going to be as big of a deal as it would be other places within the interior because it shouldn't fingerprint badly right there. At least I don't think so, because you're not going to have a lot of fingers in that area. A little bit of space in front of the center console. And by the way, if you want your power parking brake, there that is. And the center console doubles, or the lid doubles as an armrest. There is quite a bit of space there. And then you might think, well, there sure isn't much space within the center console. Well, that looks that way until you take the tray out. Then you see that it actually is deeper than you probably thought to begin with. And we'll take a quick look up here at the upper console just to show you what all is here as far as your different buttons and functions and everything that you are wanting to know about. Now, there is no sunglass holder here, so if you're desperate for a sunglass holder, well, I hate to tell you, it's not here. Okay, here we go on our test drive, something that's very important for those who may wish to buy this Encore GX. Depending on who you are, you might say, Tom, I am totally cool with that 137 horsepower engine under the hood. It will do what I need it to do. I'm not looking for a hot rod, no big deal. Well, that's great. And here's the thing. I'm having no trouble getting down the road. I'm not really pushing it hard at all, but I'm already at 52 miles an hour in a 45, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. But it gets down the road just fine. Seems to do a nice job. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of different driving scenarios that people can face, so choose accordingly based on your situation. But as far as a very nimble, agile vehicle, it has a great tight turning radius. It gets around in tight spaces with no problems. It has a good ride quality. Very, very functional in a multitude of ways. And I don't feel cramped, I should say, here in the driver's seat. I'm 5'10" for those who want to know. I feel someone who is well in excess of 6 feet tall can easily fit here in the Encore GX. I'm going to give it a little more gas here and get on down the road. You know, it's actually quite a surprise at how well it runs. Now, here's one little trick for you. If you end up buying something like this, ease into the gas pedal. Don't just floor it. It's not going to have quite the same experience as it would if you just ease into it, and that's because it's turbocharged, so you can avoid some of the issues with turbo lag that way. Just no big deal. But when you're up to speed and you need to go a little faster, yeah, definitely not a problem. Now, again, that depends on who you are. So that's why you need to get out and test drive these vehicles for yourself. But one way or another, you're good to go. Everything here that you need. For the price, I think you have quite a few great features. But for those who are saying, all right, Tom, I know it's time to buy a new vehicle and there's no way for me to get around having technology that maybe I don't want. Well, the good news is there's not a lot going on here technology-wise. There is a little bit. It's definitely enough to do the job for you and do what you need it to do without being an overload. It's not too much to learn, but I guarantee you once you learn it, you're going to be glad you have it. You're going to use it. I promise you. That's just the way it tends to work with these things. There's a lot of vehicles out there that have way more technology than this Encore GX does. For those of you who don't want that, well, it's nice to know that you have this option. Easy to see out of, but one thing that helps, not only is it easy to see out of, but you have that balanced with your blind spot monitoring and your side view mirrors. So it really works out quite well. A very well balanced vehicle at what I personally think in this day and age is a very reasonable price for what you get. Okay, tell me what you think about the 2025 Buick Encore GX Preferred. Is it a hidden subcompact gem? Tell me what your thoughts are. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Morgan Buick GMC for loaning me this Encore GX for the day, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe. That way you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.